This is Uncle B's, Unc B Seasons. This will be the very first time that I will accept a challenge from a subscriber of YouTube to ask me to tell him one of my greatest personal stories. Now, this is what got me started with the Unc B's. I went to the Air Force Culinary School after leaving the Marine Corps. From blowing up so much stuff, I just got tired of it. I initially wanted to leave the military alone, but after my family inspired me to go ahead to go to the Air Force, I decided to go ahead and follow their advice. Next, what happened was I demanded the Air Force to make me a cook, which was a very extreme measure, because at that moment I didn't really care, because I was going back into the military and the only thing I knew was combat. So they honored my decision and made me a cook. Therefore, I went to Air Force Culinary School in Lackland, which is in San Antonio, Texas. After being in culinary school, I was picked to cook for generals and other dignitaries. Being young, not really understanding what was going on. Then I got back to my duty station here in Houston, Texas, and I was trained by one of the greatest chefs that I can ever know, which is my mentor. This lady literally, what got Unc B started today, she literally made me eat seasonings until I told her it tastes good. But before we get to all that, this is what happened. After leaving culinary school, I got to my duty station, and the master sergeant in charge, which was the top chef, they told me to go ahead and grab all the ingredients that I would use to cook some chicken. So I grabbed about 15 things off of the shelf, put them on the table, was about to pour it on the chicken, and that lady slapped my hand so hard and said, "Don't pour that shit on my chicken." Excuse my language. But that's what she said. And I looked at her, I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Pour it in the bowl." So I was pouring the bowl. She slapped my hand again and said, "Don't you pour that shit in my bowl." And I looked at her and then, like, perplexed. I was like, before I could say anything, she said, "Put all that stuff back on the doggone cabinet except for salt, pepper, and garlic." So that's what I did. So I about to pour the salt on the chicken. She slapped my hand again. She said, "Pour in the bowl." So I poured in the bowl. Anyways, to speed the story up, I poured in the bowl and everything and added this, added that. I tasted it. She said, "What it tastes like?" I said, "It tastes salty." She said, "Add that." Next thing you know, 25 minutes went on. And next thing I know, I told her it tastes good. Then she said the magical words, "That's what your food gonna taste like." I was like, okay. She said, "Now season my chicken, but don't season too heavy." So I seasoned the chicken and everything, all that chicken and stuff. We ended up putting this out the cooler, chilling it overnight and everything. Keep in mind, she teaching me all these culinary techniques and everything, and I'm keeping in mind, I don't even know it. So anyways, we cooked that chicken and everything. She told me to take that same seasoning and put it inside the flour. She made me eat that flour until I told her it tastes good. Then she said, "That's what your food gonna taste like." It's like, okay, all right. Anyways, we cooked that chicken. Long story short, them people got mad because we ran out because the food was so damn good. Anyways, that's one of my greatest stories and accomplishments and everything, because 20 years later, we got Unc B's in full function. Everybody love the product, quality product. That's what I gotta say. I thank God for it. I mean, I give him the glory in it all, because without him, it wouldn't even be possible. And so that's why Unc B's is growing and growing and growing in the midst of Corona, in the midst of all this fear, in the midst of all this craziness that's going on, because we set a positive attitude and a positive force and a positive environment into everywhere that we go. And that's just what we stand for. Unc B's is always good cooking and eating. God bless y'all.